Hi folks, thanks for joining me again today. I'm going to go over how you go about installing Dehancer Film Simulation software as a plugin. Now today I'll show you what you need to do to install it in Capture One. I'll show you how to go about installing it into Affinity Photo 2. And I'll also show you how to go about installing it into both. So you're going to need a slight variation. One file will not work in both. So I'll show you how to do this. Let's go. Let's have a look. Okay, so once you've downloaded your Dehancer plugin and you unpack the zip file, this is what you'll be left with here. You're going to have a number of facilities here to install the actual plugin. You're going to have a quick guide up here on what the various aspects of Dehancer do. And you're going to have different instructions here on how to install the software. Now up here, we've got a Lightroom installer for the M1 Macs, keeping in mind that I'm doing this install on a Mac computer. And you've got the install file here for the Intel Macs. And then you've got a file over here for the M1 Macs and a file over here for the Intel Macs. Now, you've got Lightroom, Photoshop. Now, the trick here is if you're running Capture One Pro, you have to install the Lightroom files. So if you've got an M1 Mac and you're going to put it on Capture One, this is the file you're looking at installing the Dehancer Lightroom for the M1. If you've got a Mac with an Intel processor and you're hoping to install it on Capture One, this is the file you're after. Now, Affinity Photo, that's what these Photoshop files are for. If you install the Lightroom files on your Mac and you're hoping to run it on Affinity Photo, it will not work. So what you've got to do is make sure that you're installing the correct file for your particular photo editing software. Lightroom is for Capture One. Photoshop is for Affinity Photo and obviously Adobe Photo, etc. Right, we're here in Capture One now. We have done a little bit of an edit on this. Well, I haven't really. I have done a little bit, but not too much. And let's say I want to use this file now in Dehancer for the very first time. I'm going to come up to here and I'm going to go into Image and edit it with. Now you can see here I've already got Dehancer Lightroom plugin installed here on a path within Capture One Pro. That's because I've already used it. For the first time, you're going to come here to Other, and then you're going to find where you've got your Dehancer software. Now, by default, in Capture One, it will put it into a Dehancer Lightroom plugin folder, and then it's just a case of giving it that path and then hitting Open, and it will then install that path into your Capture One, and you'll be able to start using the Dehancer plugin with Capture One. It's that easy. So it's basically, I'll go over it again, just Image, edit it with, you're coming down here to Other, and then you're just giving it the path where Dehancer is located on your hard drive. And from there, once you do that, you'll be able to open it. And again, I'll just talk you through this quickly. The format will go through as a TIFF, 16-bit, make sure, as recommended by the developers, that you're using the sRGB color space when you put it into Dehancer Edit Variants. Now this will fire up the Dehancer software and we'll be in there and able to see how quick this is. It's just dragged it straight across. It's applied the last film simulation that I've used by default on it here in Dehancer. So that's how you go about setting the path for your Dehancer plugin in Capture One, and how you go about making sure you get the right file, the right installer file as well for Capture One. Let's have a look at Affinity Photo 2 now. Alright, so we're into Affinity Photo 2 now. Just dragged a quick image into here. Nice and easy to set this up as well. Just make sure that you have installed the Photoshop plugin for it to be able to work in Affinity Photo 2. Don't make the mistake of putting the Lightroom plugin in. That is for Capture One Pro and also for Adobe Lightroom. So once you've got the Photoshop one or the Photoshop file installed, we're coming up here, Preferences. So you can see here, I've already got this installed. Now what you're going to do here, let's pretend that I don't have that installed. Firstly, you've got to make sure that you allow unknown plugins to be used. Tick that checkbox. Come across here and click Add. Now, once you've got that done, we can come here to our Mac HD and we're going to click on Library. From Library, we're going to App Support, opening the Adobe folder, Plugins, CC, and that's where our Dehancer is hidden. Click on that, click on OK, and you can see here we have installed the Dehancer plugin again. Now what will happen is Affinity Photo 2 will ask you to restart to enable this to work. So if I click on here and I close that, you can see it's going to want to restart for that to take effect, but I don't need to do that because I've already installed it, so I'll remove that. We'll close that off, don't restart. Now your plugin for Affinity Photo 2 will come up in your filters. As you come down here, see this is where you're accessing Dehancer from up here. So that's how easy it is. Now if you've got any questions about the path to find where Dehancer has installed on your hard drive, that will also be in the setup PDFs that come when you unzip the file. So basically, once you've done that, you're just coming across Plugins, Dehancer Film, and if I want to use this file in Dehancer Film, it will now load it up, and there we have it. And let's put a Fuji Velvia 100 straight onto that. So yeah, it's not looking too bad with my last edit. So that's how simple it is, and that's how you get to use Dehancer Film Simulation plugin in either Capture One Pro and or Affinity Photo 2. So I hope this has helped you out. If you've had trouble installing it, if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you've got something out of this. If you have, awesome. If you could give me a thumbs up, even better, hit the subscribe button. Now, before I go, if this Dehancer software is something you're looking at purchasing, I'll leave a discount code in the description below as well. That'll get you the best bang for buck in terms of this software. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.